I'm Craig Trnka, and we're here in Pilot Point, Texas, home of Chad and Susie Chance and Hoofwatch. And we've teamed up to make another video. And this is the Edgewood contest we're making shoes for, and the specimen shoe for the live shoeing. So they'll have one that goes on the foot, and then they'll make a specimen shoe, and our judge is Sam Gooding. Sam is picked for the live shoeing. It's a specimen shoe, a 3/8 by 3/4, 11.5 inches long. And I think the task today is it's hammer finish, so there's no backing up, and any mistakes that you put in the shoe, you're pretty much gonna have to live with. It's got a lot of intricate lines on it. It's got a bevel on the outside edge. It's kind of diamonded up and safed on the inside edge. It's got a toe that goes from second nail hole to second nail hole. It's a roll toe. It's punched for a Liberty 5 Slim combo. It's got 4 nail holes on the medial side and 3 nail holes on the lateral side. It's got 7 nail holes total. The first move on this is that we obviously have a lot of material in the lateral side because it's a lateral support shoe. And so we're gonna bump probably, just imagine coming up shy of a center punch mark. There's no mark on it, but just coming up shy of the center punch mark, that's about how much we're gonna bump the first heat and see how much material we can get in there. Just bumping up some material, trying to get some width because we're gonna make the outside, the lateral side, a bevel. So I got a little bevel started, and I got about 1 inch into that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna upset the heel. I'm coming almost straight back into it. And then this is the short side. And I'm just gonna keep on redefining those edges. So come in here, get a little bit of my bevel, upset, get the short side, this is that short check, redefine this edge, flatten it up, and just really trying to make this be a nice square, cleaned up edges. I'm really cleaning up those edges. I'm going to take one more heat just to really define that square before I turn it. Every time you hit something else, it just smooshes out, so you gotta go back and tighten up all your lines. You can see I've got all my squares lined up on that heel, and I'm ready to turn it. Now I'll make the other side, the medial heel. Pull it a little bit to this edge. When we come around the corner, we're gonna do the same thing. Go all the way at an angle. Now, we're gonna lean it a little bit. Leaning it, pulling my hammer down, and go all the way around the corner. And we're leaning the shoe again. And I'm pulling my hammer down and going all the way around the corner. Now I'll kind of get all the mushrooming out of it. And I'm gonna do that one more time because, like I say, it's a hammer finish shoe, so you have no chance to come in there and clean those edges up again. So I'm gonna go one more go at that. And I'm gonna forge out the pucker I've got in the center. but I've ever so slightly picked up the section and made it a slight pyramid, because the medial aspect of Sam's shoe has got a little bit of a pyramid to it. Coming in here and just really forging a nice heel on it, upsetting it a little bit as you're going around the corners. I know that seems like that was tedious, taking 2 heats to do that branch, but on a hammer finish shoe, you have no time to go back and you have no opportunity to go back and make a nice heel with a file, so you need to get it the first time. Hold it up, and I'm just hitting right where I come off the radius of the horn. And I got my shoe pretty much made into a nice shoe. I'll just T-square it up, use the edge of the anvil. Just kind of doing my hemming and my bevel all at the same time. The lateral side has 3 nail holes. They're kind of tight in the toe because you're dealing with a tucked up, pushed up underneath heel. All right, so now we have a little bit of blowout here and a little bit of blowout here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna roll the toe now, and that's gonna make our toe way wider, and then we can even up the lines so the branches look a little narrower and the toe looks a little thicker or wider. You wanna be able to have your knuckles below the face of the anvil for doing it. So I got my knuckles below so I can come at a more acute angle. And I'm just gonna keep working back and forth. But if you're up here, it's hard for me to get, so I got my knuckles a little bit lower and I go a little steeper than I have to. You can see that shoe is way wide, and now just putting the toe in it, it's closed it up. So I'm gonna take one more heat, really make my lines look nice, and that way whenever I push from this side, it'll really crispen up that outside edge. The top of the toe is getting away from me a little bit, so all I'm doing is kind of opening that up and making everything nice and tidy. come in here and just flatten it up real nice. And you can see it just makes your lines nice and clean. You can see at that point, you can see where I've got the width. Now I'm just going to clean up each branch, and that'll clean those lines up. I'm going to take it right here from the heel nail, and I'm going to just clean up all my lines, just going right through the center of the toe. Then grab it from the heel nail or the widest part of the shoe and go back over the top of the horn. Just cleaning up all the lines. This is hammer finish. I can't say that enough. Do that to the other side. You can kind of see it starting to crispen up. Find your heel. Just overlapping blows through the center of the toe. Find your heel quarter. Overlapping blows right on through, and then just kind of take, and that finishes your heel all the way around the corner. Really what I'm doing now is just kind of popping all the slag off. So that when you come in, everything is really nice and clean, and then I can flatten it up. Just reestablishing this line right here. And I'm pushing the edges of the fullering out. Just kind of going as slow as I can, overlapping blows so that it makes it look as tidy as possible. And just getting this safing on the toe, the safe toe or the roll toe, just getting it all coming together nice. It's a hammer finish class, so they don't have to go to the vise today.